This is Awesome the Possum. She is only right now about 1.5 years old, but possums only live for about 3 years. She's an amazing little girl. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about possums. Now these are absolutely amazing animals. Let me tell you a little bit about them. It's one of my favorite animals in the whole world. And it's the only marsupial that lives in the United States, which means it has a pouch just like a kangaroo. Now some cool things about these little guys is they're like total scavengers. They just go around, their total mission in life is to look for food. That's all they're ever doing is looking for food. They're totally non-confrontational. They don't hurt your pets. They might eat your pet's foods. They will eat slugs. They'll eat snails. They'll eat fruit that falls off of a tree that's too ripe. But they really just go around cleaning up messes. So they're great little animals. They only live for about 1 to 3 years. They don't see very good and they don't run very fast. So maybe you should give them a break next time that you see one running across the street. Primarily their tails are used to keep balance with. But they're wonderful animals. They have opposable thumbs on both the front and the back feet, which is amazing. Just like us, they have little thumbs on the front and the back. One of the coolest things about the little possum is this, that if they get bit by a venomous snake, they're immune to the venom. That's amazing. They don't carry rabies because their body temperature is too low to house the virus. Right now she's being a little growly. And I know that you've heard the phrase playing possum. What actually is happening is they will actually pass out. They get so scared they pass out. It doesn't always work out good for them, but that's what happens. They're just great little animals. And if you ever see one, you never want to pick them up by the front, because if you do, you might get bit. They have little sharp teeth, and if they get scared, they will bite. But I just love this little animal. One of the neat things about a possum is this. They've got 13 boobies. That means they can feed 13 babies at one time. But what's even cooler than that? When they're born the size of a bumblebee, and they crawl up and they latch into the pouch onto their mama's boobie, and when they finally get to the right size, they can come out of the pouch, they'll climb on their mother's back. Now, wherever they fall off is where they're going to live, and that's amazing. So she may have 13 babies on her back at one time. She jumps over a curb, one of them falls off, and then she says, the little one's saying, "Hey mom, wait for me," and she'll say, sorry, you're done. And from there on, that little possum, that's where he's going to take off and make his own way. And that's how they're distributed. So next time you see a possum, remember they're really great little animals in the wild. They're not going to hurt anything you got, and they contribute a lot to our ecosystem. So just remember that. These are great little animals. Hey, thanks. That's all we have for today. But if you're interested in adopting Awesome the Possum, it's easy to do. This is all you do. It's $10 a month. You'll receive a picture and a quarterly newsletter to keep you up to date with what's happening at Predators of the Heart. This is the way we actually fund our operation. We're able to go into schools and talk to kids about wildlife and the important role that it plays in our lives and our ecology. So if you'd be interested in becoming a part of our team, this is a good way to do it. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week with more.